What is up, Slime Pack Nation? I be reading the comments, and I pay attention to some of the comments and some of the stuff that y'all request, because I do ask for suggestions on what y'all want to see next. And I seen that somebody asked for more in-depth on my videos with like my trips, the revenue, trip planning, and fuel. And I'm gonna do my best to bring that to you today. I don't make my videos to be educational. I just like to show my experience and, you know, the way I do things. Y'all make suggestions in the comment section, and I just take it and make a video. So I have my trip pulled up here, and it is from Missouri to Utah. It is paying $3,370.31. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the delivery dates and the time. Also, pay attention to how many stops there are. There are a total of 4 stops on this trip. But before I actually dig into my trip planning, I'm gonna go and look at my clock and make sure I got enough hours on my 70 before I even, you know, let the dispatcher know, yeah, I'm okay with it. Because if you ain't got enough hours, I don't care how good you are, how good in trip planning you are, then you can't do it. I don't take a 34-hour reset. I recap it out. So I need to make sure at 12 o'clock, I'm going to have enough hours coming back so that I can get this trip done and on time. I look at the total miles. I look at the revenue. I divide the miles into the revenue and try to see how much it's paying per, you know, mile. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 01 address and I'm going to take my 90 address and I'm going to put it in the GPS and find the best route. After that, I'm going to go to my Prime app and pull up our map with our fuel on there and see where is the cheapest fuel. Do fuel get higher as I get closer to my deliveries, or do it get lower? But for this trip, fuel gets higher the more I go west. So I'm going to go ahead and fuel up where I'm at, because that's the cheapest where fuel is going to be. This trip is over 1,000 miles, so I know I'm going to, you know, need a full tank. This full tank is going to carry me throughout this trip, and also I'm going to have some left over to, you know, get a head start on my next trip. Because no matter what, in order to get out of Utah, either I'm going east, west, or south, fuel is still high. So that's why I'm filling up. So this right here is how much I paid in total for fuel in my truck, not the trailer. As you can see, pump total $725, and you can see the net or whatever, how much it is after the Prime discounts. Now, with my first fill up with the trailer, is free. They say it's free within the first 2 hours, but I know I'm gonna have to fuel it up again, maybe at least one or two more times, especially whenever I drop it. Make sure it's enough fuel left in there for the next person. With this trip, my trailer got to stay at a temperature of 26 degrees, and it's got to be on fuel haul on continuous run. This trailer is going to be with me like for 3 days. So that right there is going to make my fuel price go up a little bit more. Also, while I'm doing my trip planning, I'm looking at the terrain. Like, am I going to go through any mountains? How much of it is flat land? Then I go to the weather app and try to see, is there going to be any bad weather? Then that's how I kind of calculate, okay, I'm going to drive this long today, or I'm going to shut down early here. I always try to pay attention to my time zones. I know as I get towards Utah, I'm going to gain an hour. So time is going to go back an hour. This right here was just a little quick overview of how I do my trip planning. Now, there are more things that go into detail, but, you know, as you get deeper into your trip, you start researching more. You start figuring out different stuff as you go along, because there could be detours, there could be like road closures. You know, it's just every day you just trip plan. This is just how I start out my trip. Right now I'm doing a Walmart run. Part right there. I just left Dollar Tree. Got a lot of stuff from Dollar Tree cheaper. Now I'm going over here to get what Dollar Tree didn't have. Hopefully I don't go over my budget. I'm currently like, I think 10 miles away from the 01 Well, the O2, I'm a park at this pilot, and it's like 5 miles away from the O2. I'm gonna do some laundry, cook some food, and get some sleep. The O2 don't deliver until like 3:45 in the morning. So I made it out of Walmart. I didn't spend over $16, and when I went to Dollar Tree, I think I spent $19. Got stuff that I need, more water, more food. And now, about to head to this pilot and go ahead and park for the day and get this laundry done. Well, somehow I ended up across the street from the Walmart at the Sam's Club. And I think I'm gonna grab me a pizza because pizza ain't nothing but $1.97. I know that's what it is at home, so that's a deal. Made it to the first stop. Probably won't record much because it's still dark outside. It's currently 3 in the morning. Get ready to go check in. It's so cold in here, y'all. Luckily, I got on a long sleeve. So I got a door, finally. About to lay down and try to catch me a split so I can make these other deliveries on time. So they done unloading. I got to close the door up, put a new seal on it, slide my tandems back to where I had it. As you can tell, it was a very light load. I think it was only like 20-something thousand pounds. They probably took about maybe 4 pallets off. I'm here at the second stop, the U.S. Foods. It's like 6:30. Thomason, she'll call me whenever she get a door. Finally, the bill's ready to be picked up. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Like I'm gonna be parked here at this Love's until it's time for me to make this last delivery. I was gonna park at a Walmart, but the Walmart I was gonna park at, it don't look like they tolerate truck parking at all unless you like making a delivery. So I'm just parked. I'm only like 10 miles away from the 90. 2 pallets on here, y'all. Let's see how long they take. It is currently 7:55. And let's see how long they're gonna take. They ended up taking about an hour on that load at Walmart, but here I am picking up my next load, which is leaving from Utah going all the way to Texas, y'all. Look at the pay difference. This is for 1,300 miles and the pay is $2,647. I did want to get something in before payroll cut off. They was trying to send me to either California or take this Texas one. So I'm like, fuel is higher in California. Let me go ahead and go to Texas so I can kind of get towards that Midwest, a little bit to the east side. So here I am picking up this load. did a blindside back without even meaning to do a blindside back, because I thought whenever I pulled in, I was just gonna have, you know, enough of space where I can just, I was really coming for this spot, but whenever I look back, my trailer was like, this So I said, let me see if I can take it. But I did it. That was pretty smooth.